Coach, you start us off with opening comments.
Yeah, just our guys fought, and this guy right here pitched a whale of a game, and it was fun to watch. I think that's the fastest game by far we've played this year, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it was at a time that was much needed to be a fast game after a long day. But I'm proud of our guys. Tough loss to bounce back from, and they did a great job to get us our 50th win on the year.
Questions?
Coach, you mentioned bouncing back. You had an emotional loss to Ole Miss, then you immediately bounced back. What allowed you to do that?
I think honestly, Alex set the tone on the mound. When you get good pitching like that and play good defense, it makes things pretty easy. Because as you saw, we were a little flat offensively. I think we got 5 hits, but to their credit, their young man threw a whale of a game, as did the guy out of the bullpen. So, but our guys really fought, and again, Hersey filled the zone up big time.
Coach, you're the first team in the history of the OVC to win 50 games. What's so special about this?
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's great. Proud of these guys. It's an incredible group of young men to coach. These guys are just special. The leadership that they have, the maturity, the experience that they all bring. I couldn't be more proud of these guys, and they got more fight left in them. Yeah, they're ready to go tomorrow.
And then Alex, what allowed you to be so successful throwing a complete game?
I thought today what made me most successful was getting ahead of guys, just working ahead with the fastball, and then once I got second and third time through the lineup, flipping the breaking ball and just getting ahead of hitters.
Coach, I know you probably couldn't ask for getting a complete game, but since you got it, how does that help you knowing you may have 2 games you got to work through them?
Well, that's huge. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you can get a complete game out of a guy and save your bullpen. Roberts, we had our best guy out of the pen. We had him down there pretty much hot, but he never did have to come in the game, and so that's huge. And yeah, I mean, it's just more bullets available for tomorrow, which is huge. I know if I'm Ole Miss or whoever it would be, you're wanting this game to be long, drawn out, 10 guys being used on both sides. So we were thankful only one guy was used.
Alex, is there a different mindset knowing that your team needed some longevity out of you?
I was just going to go as long as I could, give the best start I could possibly give, and just took it all from there. And luckily, I had a complete game today.
Was this your best outing or one of your best outings of the season?
Yeah, I feel it was my best. I had another complete game at Belmont, but I felt this one was a lot better because I gave 10 hits on that game, so I was able to make more swing and miss pitches today.
Coach, have you even thought about what you do from a starting pitching perspective tomorrow?
It swirled through my head, but I have not really given it that much thought. We haven't even decided whether we're taking batting practice or in-out tomorrow. So if I were to give you off-the-cuff answer, Devin Lancaster to start. Would be what I'd throw at you right now, but that can't be put in concrete because I don't know for sure. We may go Johnny Holstaff tomorrow. So
what do you do with a guy like Motts, who's going to want the ball tomorrow? How do you kind of approach that?
Yeah, that's really tough. You know, he's a young man that came back for his senior year. He did not get drafted last year, but was getting phone calls, and he basically told them, listen, it's not what I want. I want to go back and play my senior year at Tennessee Tech. So he's a college guy. He is sold out to the great university at Tennessee Tech. He will want the ball tomorrow, and it is difficult as a coach because the guy threw 90 pitches yesterday. So you're kind of like, well, you got to look out for the well-being of the young man because the young man has a future. We got a couple. As a matter of fact, we got a couple guys, which for Ole Miss may not be a big. We got a couple guys pitching in the big leagues right now. I think Moss is every bit of them, and that's not a knock on them. Okay, that they're very good, obviously. So you got to be a little bit smart as a coach. But he's going to want the ball. He's a college guy. He'll probably get the ball at some point for some length of time. It's just a matter of how long we go. We'll be careful. We always are.
Brendan caught 18 innings today, possibly 18 innings more. What does he kind of bring to your team?
It's amazing. That young man is absolutely an amazing young man. You guys can see it just watching him. I mean, early in the game today, the first game today against Ole Miss, he was not himself. It's different for our guys, because once they get used to it, after a couple innings, they settle in. It's fine. But he was even a little uptight early, but then he hit that home run and kind of settled in. And he's just so consistent, and it's what you want behind the plate. Leadership, not an incredibly vocal leader, but just a great leader. Guys are watching this guy after 18 innings, block balls, getting dirty, eating dust, and he's going to do it again tomorrow. He will always tell you, Coach, I'm fine, I'm ready to go. And, man, what a message that sends to the rest of the guys because they know they're not working as hard as that catcher has to.
Coach, Nick was getting heckled by the fans out there, the student section. Then he comes out and hits 2 home runs. What do you think of his performance in particular?
Nick is Nick. Now, I'm telling you, Nick is one of the best gamers I've ever been around. And people, from opponents may not like him. Nick's a joy to coach because he's a guy that can come through in the clutch. He is a clutch player for us and has been really, honestly, his whole career. And so I love Nick, and he doesn't mind the heckling at all. I think it's good for him sometimes.
Right, and then you push Ole Miss to the brink. You get within run. What's going to be the key to getting over the hump tomorrow?
Well, I think, again, it's going to come down to pitching and defense. I was telling Mark Wilson, our athletic director, earlier today, and he actually was the one that maybe was saying it, but the crowd played a factor in that game that maybe has missed some, but there's a ball that got by Benny, and no one could yell to him where it was. We had another play where our second baseman should have been heads up and looked home, and he's a great player, but he didn't. He got caught in the moment and everyone's yelling "4!" like everybody's yelling "4!" No, it couldn't hear him. And so the crowd played a huge factor. And I'm not trying to amp them up for tomorrow. We'll take it and we'll be better for it. But the crowd played a factor in today's game, no question about it. And matter of fact, the other play, what about the play where Provy comes set, your guy takes, or the guy from Ole Miss takes third, and no one hurt him, so their guy, I should say. So, yeah.
Anything else? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.